He's
That's
like,
outstanding.
Lincoln's like, it's a fucking Sunday. I don't want to be here any longer than I have to.
I know. I just thanked him for us anyway.
Oh,
So
good.
we've started.
Oh,
Fucking here we go. It's
welcome
another
back
Sunday.
to another episode of the Two Montys podcast, joined by your host, Two Montys.
Here we are. It's just us two again this
Yep.
time. I should move back in closer again.
There we go. We want to hear you.
This is what I'll do. I'll do that. Yeah, so here we are, back up. We yet again, I was just talking to Lincoln. We've probably got 2 more episodes like this, and then we're back in our spiritual home of Shout Brewing. I could just see one like random grey hair that needs to go there.
I know. I'm looking forward to being back because
This sucks.
I don't have any beer at home, which is really fucking slack given that we live with the brewer.
Sounds like a real problem.
I've got wine though. A nice Riesling.
Did it come out of a cask?
No.
And that's just my childhood. I remember I had aunties who guzzled Mosel and Riesling by the fucking gallon out of a cask.
Mosel? What's that?
Moselle. It's not a very popular thing anymore.
Yeah, right. There you go.
But yeah, anyway. So you said you had a heap of stuff. I've got a couple of things, so I'm going to get in early.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah. One is not wedding related at all.
Right.
One is because I just today, I took the kids. I was like, fuck, I just want something easy for lunch. I'm going to buy some sausages, some hot dog buns, some onion. We're having sausage sandwiches for lunch.
Yep.
I want to complain about the price of sausages. They are fucking ludicrous. It is. The price of sausages is out of control. I want to know what Anthony Albanese is doing about it. I've seen nothing about it in the budget, and it's fucking bullshit.
I think I might know why the price of sausages has gone through the roof.
Is this gay slang?
No.
Oh.
No, but this is a very good throwback to a very recent episode where we talked about burying a sausage at a wedding.
Oh, you think it's brides driving the price of sausages?
I think we are so influential that our podcast has gone viral and the number of sausage burying has gone through the roof, or through the ground, as it were.
I'd like to think that we were that influential and that was it, but mate, the price of sausages has been skyrocketing for some time now, and it was just today. Like, honestly, I bought probably, I don't know, fucking 20 sausages. $30.
It's weird because it's lips and assholes scraped up off the fucking floor.
I mean, I'm sure you can still go to Coles and Woolies and buy they say they're sausages, but I don't believe there's any meat in them.
No.
I think you can buy a 400
it's
pack
just
for about
sausage
$3.50.
extender. Sausage extender.
Sausage extender. Actually,
is that in your search history?
Sausage extender. I'd be pretty happy with some.
So when we spoke about it in a previous episode, that was the first time you'd heard of it, right? At one of your weddings?
Yeah, at the wedding when they said they'd done it.
Yeah. Fucking yesterday for me. Turned up. I was wedding out at Denman, and as you know, it's been very wet lately. And I thought, this is going to be
raining as well.
It's going to be a soggy wedding. But I said to him when I turned up to prep, I said, holy shit, you got lucky with the weather. And I said, yeah, we buried some sausages last night. I said, you're fucking joking. And they said, nah. And I think they put a whole fucking packet in the ground because
I was just about to say, further to your point about us being influential, and that's why I'll say that's not true. But what I will say is maybe they are driving the price up because it's a fucking supply and demand issue.
It is.
These fucking maniacs are burying whole fucking packets.
You watch. As soon as we get into winter and it's not wedding season, price of sausages straight down.
There's no eggs, no fucking sausages. The world fucked. We're fucked.
Come June, when weddings taper off, the sausage price will go straight down.
There'll be a sausage glut.
But I thought it was bury a sausage was the trend, but no, they were talking multiple sausages, and they said, I hope there's no security cameras because they would have caught us at multiple points around the venue burying sausages. And I just thought
they've done a Bonnie Blue.
What's that?
Do you know who Bonnie Blue is?
Nah, porn star?
Oh, she's like, yeah. She's like a OF chick, but she was in the news recently. She broke the world record for shagging the most blokes in a day.
Was she the one that came to schoolies and tried to fuck all the...
Yeah. I think so.
Good on her for having a go.
Yeah, so 1,054 blokes or something she did. So she's buried a few sausages that day.
Sausage down a hallway by the bloody last one.
Mate, outrageous.
Good on her, though. That's great.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah.
Oh, he go. I'm gonna. Do you want to throw? Do you want to go turn for turn until I?
No, I just. That was on my list. Sausage.
Oh, the sausage.
That was just. Look at us go. We are so in sync.
What a seamless
I
transition
know.
between one thing and the other. It's fucking
Is it still
unbelievable.
seamless if we comment on how seamless it is?
Yeah. That's how I do everything. So I'll tell a joke and go, "Oh, what about that good joke I told?" One was about. Did I talk about the peacocks?
In the mirror?
Yeah, did I
Yeah.
already talk about that?
Yeah.
Oh no, the only other thing I was going to say about that, because it's on the list, it just says peacock shit. Because it was going itself in the mirror and it stood there for so long that there was heaps of shit under it, and once it started kicking at the mirror, it just started flinging shit. So it's like, welcome to the wedding of this beautiful thing, and this thing's just kicking shit all over it. And there was the girls from Wedding Grounds were there, and so one of them's had to go and get some wet wipes and try and wipe this mirror down, and she came back going, it just smells like the worst smelling shit. Like, you think it's a bird, it's not going to smell. It is disgusting, and it's everywhere, like just blowing up. No, that was that. But while I'm here, I'm going to go. This is also not wedding related, and we love this. It's just me going on about something.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of people who are friends of mine, people that I love, who are going to be attacked by this statement.
There would be if anyone fucking watched our podcast or listened to it.
Yeah, that is
I think
true.
you're safe.
But you see people who are out running, or you see people at the gym or whatever, and they've got on the headphones, and I just think to myself, you fucking cowards, why don't you exercise and listen to all the voices screaming in your head like I do? Why are you trying to drown it out like a fucking spineless coward? Listen to your own voices screaming in your head while you're running, when there's nothing else. I think it's cowardly.
But what if those voices are saying, you should throw this dumbbell at that fat bearded fuck over in the corner, judging me?
That's part of the battle. It's all part of the battle.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway, so if you wear headphones when you exercise, you're a coward.
That is going to...
That's the T-shirt. That's the T-shirt.
Bloody AirPods, the sales are going to plummet now.
Yeah.
Disaster for Apple. All right, mine is... I do have quite a few wedding things. Did I tell you I went on a podcast this week? I cheated on you?
This is bullshit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
got an invite to a podcast, and the first thing I did was go, "Oh yeah, I'm bringing my mate." What the fuck? What's the go here?
So Unbridely, Camille Abbott. To be honest, I hadn't listened to any prior to her messaging me to say, "Hey."
Can I just say, and I've said this to you before, heaps of people that we know have podcasts, and they go, "Have you listened to the podcast?" And I'm like, "Am I on it?" Because if I'm not fucking listening.
Well, it's like Lauren Cabaz last week. She didn't know the format of our podcast because she'd never listened to any. We were like, what the fuck? Yeah. But also, we don't listen to anyone else's. Anyway, because I've been...
Also, what's the format of our podcast?
There is none.
Is that a real fucking question? To be honest, if you think there is one, I'm really interested to hear what it is.
No, I want to give Camille a shout out, because if you actually want wedding tips and tricks, hers is the one to listen to, not ours.
Oh, listen, we couldn't have been clearer that nobody should come to us for any advice.
Yeah. So truck driving last week, I thought, oh shit, I better do a bit of prep work here and listen to a couple of episodes. And she's great. She talks really well. It's like easy to listen to. And you think if you're in the market to get married, 100%, that's the content you should be listening to. But it set me up for failure, because when I got on there with her, we were talking about inclusive language, that horse I keep flogging.
Yeah.
But I was kind of...
to keep flogging and then not do it, that one.
Yeah. No, I'm an ally. I've fucked enough gay guys. I can, I'm on their team.
Okay. I don't think that... listen, I don't think that gives you like, oh, well, I'll just say what I fucking like, then I've sucked heaps of dicks. So, some of my best friends are gay. I can say whatever the fuck I like.
I think that should be a standard rule. If I fucked you, you can't be offended. Like that could be a new... Yeah.
Anyway,
so
I'm fucking hijacking you.
I was set up for failure because when I got on and we were talking and whatever, I was really trying to tone it down. And she asked me some like kind of loaded questions.
Ooh.
Like,
I'm still listening. I'm just going to get more beer.
No, you're right. Like what, people that are still using gendered language or whatever, like what would you say to them? And I was like, well, what I say here or what would I say in real life? And then she basically gave me permission. She's like, no, say whatever. Because the worst I'd heard her say in the couple episodes that I listened to was bloody and ass. And
Yeah,
I was
right.
like, so there's no cunt in this podcast, which was really kind of concerning. But anyway, it ended up being fine when I realised what the filter was, and there wasn't much.
Yeah, right. Oh, good.
Yeah. So
was it all your tips and tricks about weddings mostly about gendered language?
Well,
Was that the bulk of the conversation?
kind of. I think she had a lot of structure to her questions, but my brain didn't really handle any structure, and it was just a fucking roller coaster. So
Was it like online like this?
yeah. It was Riverside. Yeah,
Where's she even the Victoria? Is like
South Australia.
Mornington? Oh no, right.
I think South Australia.
Good one.
So that's the end of that story. I just yep. Have you want to have a go or can I?
No, I'm done.
Okay, right.
I had sausages and cowards with headphones. That's about as much as I had.
I had a little thought, and I thought, obviously, what are your thoughts? I've really fucked up. Should I just get to it? How frustrated are you right now?
To be honest, I did a U there. I've got the old monkey playing the cymbals. I wasn't even listening.
That's so good. I don't even know.
I don't even know what the fuck is. You know what? You know what I was doing? I was doing the classic. Oh, whatever he's saying's great. What will I say next?
How about you just try and be fucking involved in this conversation?
Yeah. No, whatever he's saying's great, but what will I say that's interesting?
I know you probably won't give a fuck about this, but songs for speeches. When you are emceeing a wedding, what are your thoughts on...
what, as an intro?
Yeah, as in you're going to have to do some work, which means asking the couple, all right, parents of the bride speech, if it is, what song would they want to strut their stuff to the podium to do the fucking speech? Which I think would be a really good pump-up vibe, take a bit of the stress and pressure off the speech giver, but also kind of just feels like it's only fucking 10 seconds that they're, on the staunch, but still, I think it would just be a bit more atmos. What do you think?
No.
I'm going to do it. I don't give a fuck what you think.
No, I'm aware of that.
I just thought the 3 listeners we have might want to hear what you think.
I got to be careful because it reminds me of something else, and I don't want to get involved in it.
Something else that you did?
No. Just something else I'd heard that another wedding professional did for themselves.
Well, if they're a professional, they're no friend of ours.
Yeah, well, fair enough too. Yeah, look, I don't know, because it's kind of in the same vein as, like, so the wedding I did yesterday, and this is super common, so I'm not throwing stones at anyone here, but obviously, when I do a reception, I don't I don't roll call. I don't, it's not Bill and Jenny and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'll just go put your hands together for the wedding party, or the bridesmaids and the groomsmen if they're coming in separately, whatever.
Yeah.
But in very, obviously it's pretty common that folks that have, let's say it's bridesmaids, groomsmen, and couple, and they've got a song for 3 different songs for each one, and then they come in and the song only goes like you were saying, you get 10 seconds of a song.
Yeah.
And then you've got to fucking, cue the fucking DJ to kill that, cut the other one. And I'm just like, fucking, and then adding that to what you're saying too. I'm just like, I could not be fucked.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not against it.
I've done it.
Now that you've said it, I'm sure someone will fucking ask me about it.
I've done it on the fly because I've been G'd up by the rest of, say, the groomsmen. Be like, oi, this prick thinks he's such a good fucker, or so hot, or whatever. So, I put Pony on when he comes up to do the best man speech.
Yeah.
And it's like, so that works really well. But then it's like, it would be really nice if, say mother of the bride was going to say some words and WAP, she was coming up to WAP or something. That's really sweet. Particularly if it's, how I roast the I Do crew in the ceremony and it's a surprise to them in that moment. It would be good if this was a roast to the speech givers without them knowing. So literally mum coming up to wet ass pussy. Thank you very much.
I mean, I know you do it anyway, but then it's a dangerous game of someone going, yeah, this will be real funny, and then you play it and they're fucking like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
That just made me think, and it's only slight detour, and I'm happy to come back, but it just on the weekend, and this happens a lot, but the couple weren't big on heaps of formalities and they didn't want heaps of speeches and yada, yada, yada. So there was only 3 speeches. We had them as soon as they went in.
Yeah.
And then there was this guy and he was a guest. So he wasn't in the wedding party. So he wasn't one of the 3 blokes with the groom. So he wasn't, no disrespect to him. I'm sure he was good mates with the groom, but he wasn't in the top 3.
Yeah.
And he, I saw him approach the groom outside and I didn't hear the conversation, but I just saw the groom go, nah. And I was like, I don't know what that's about, but anyway, moving on there. And I should say this bloke, he was basically like, he was the wedding's version of me. He was this big fucking loudmouth prick wearing Air Force Ones with a beard. Like, you know what I mean? And so I'm in the toilet and I'm talking to this other bloke and this guy comes in and he goes, oh, I've got to ask you something. And I just went, absolutely not. He goes, what? I haven't even asked you yet. I go, I know what you're going to ask me. You want to say something on the microphone, and I just saw you approach the groom, and I saw him shake his fucking head and tell you no. So what are we doing here? And he goes, no, I've spoken to him since. He said it was all right. I just had to ask you. And I go, I'm not the boss, mate. If he said it's all right, that's fine. Like I said, but I'll tell you what, something for nothing now, he's not the fucking boss.
I want to guess how the story ends.
Yeah. Oh, you kind of do, and
you're in the bathroom, and he persuades you with a really good blowjob. And so this other bearded prick in Air Force Ones ends up saying what he wanted, and King had a happy ending.
Just quietly, this image of 2 loudmouth bearded blokes, one of them blowing, the other is upsetting to me.
Yes, actually, even for me, that's a challenging wank.
But I said, I'll go and see the actual boss, who's not the groom, see what she says, and then if they both say yes, I'll come back to you. Anyway, I go out.
What did he want to say?
He wanted to get up and do a speech.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Which is, as anybody who's any form of MC, any fucking person that approaches you full of piss and goes, can I get up and say something? You go, no, fuck off. Absolutely not.
I do the yo-yo. They all ask me, and I said, oh, I'm really sorry, you'll have to go and ask the couple. And I then go beat them to the couple and tell the couple to say, oh, get them to just come and ask me. And then, so that delays it by 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and then I say, actually, I've spoken to the couple, and the kitchen's actually running behind, so we're going to run out of time, and we can't do it. So, something like that.
Hey, you're a fucking coward. I just go, absolutely not. There is no chance. Anyway, they both said, if he wants to get up and make a fool of himself, that's up to him. And I go, rightio, like, that's fine.
See, I would take that as a no. Like,
but I said he's approached me. He said that he promises there'll be nothing untoward. He's only got good things to say, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so there was about an hour before he was supposed to get up, like where I said, right, I'm going to slot you in here. And he was outside, working on his phone. And, I think he was doing a bit of chat GPT or whatever. Anyway, it's time for him to go, and he was clearly shitting himself. And the bride pulled me aside, and I'm sure she won't mind me saying this. I'm probably saying too much, and I haven't named them. They're the only ones that'll know if they hear it.
Yeah.
But she said, just so you've got a bit of background, when I first started seeing groom, this guy came up to me and said, oh, you're no good for him. You're too headstrong, and he's headstrong as well. He needs someone that's a bit more obedient, is what he told this. So they had a real rocky start, to start with. So she said, so I'm really interested to see how this, because he made a speech at the groom's 30th and said a fair bit of wild shit about exes and this and that and all sorts. So she said, I'm actually really interested to see how this goes. I go, fucking righto. And I went up to the groom, and the groom
also, she's pretty confident that she's not going to be in the firing line.
Mate, she was a weapon. Like, she would have just gone, mate, you're making yourself look like a cock here.
Yeah.
It's all up to you. Anyway, and I went up to the groom. I go, are we sure you're good? And he goes, mate, if it starts going off the rails, just hook him, like, get him off.
Yeah.
And I basically opened with that. I said, look, I told you we were done with speeches. We've got one more. It was a late addition, but I've got permission to hook him if it goes off the rails. With all of that, I know some of you are excited. Blah, blah, up he gets. Anyway, it went as expected. He did the old, and this is a tip for anybody out there, whether you're a groomsman, a bridesmaid, whatever the fuck you are.
I'm cringing already. Oh.
If you start getting up there going, remember that time when we were at that place and that really fucking, I can't say too much more about that, and it's just like this, like, just a bunch of in-jokes.
Just elusive fucking shit.
It's just shit, right?
Yeah.
So he started out all right, and then he just started launching into these like really niche fucking stories that 3 people would understand. And I looked at the groom, and he's doing he's giving me the finger. He's going like
Wind it up. Yeah.
I've grabbed like a vase, and I've got that big ring, and I'm like, ding, 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 ding. Here's your 1 minute warning, champ. Wrap her up. And everyone's like, ah! And he got a bit flustered. But basically, the lesson out of that is, like, unless you genuinely got something lovely to say about the couple, not just your mate, like about both of the people, just don't fucking do it.
Well, it's given me an idea.
No one gives a shit about you. Like, I don't know if anybody watches The Sopranos, but there's a scene in it where one of the underlings is like going, remember that time? And Tony Soprano goes, remember when is the lowest form of conversation. And that's what it is. If you stand up there just doing remember when to a crowd of 100 people who don't give a fuck, sit the fuck down.
I actually have just thought of something. Whenever we get this from now on, we just need to go and find the guest book, give it to them and say, whatever you think you want to say, write it down, cunt, and they'll read it later.
That's very good.
They don't need to hear it.
Yeah, that's very good.
Put it in a hallmark and post it to them.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have their address. Doesn't matter. They don't want to read it anyway. But
it was just one of those things that, like, I thought it would go all right because he was pretty confident. They said to me, he works in real estate. I go, that explains everything.
I had one recently that was just like, it was a relation to the bride that was estranged and a bit fucked up, whatever, and cornered me. Oh, I'm kind of close enough relation. You think, fuck yeah, I should let you do a speech, but also you're not on the list, so I'll ask permission.
Well, and that's my policy is, if you're not on the list, there's no guarantees of fucking anything.
Yeah, and then I asked the question to the bride and then found the backstory out, and I was like, throw me under the bus. I don't give a fuck. Tell whoever it is that I said no fucking way and that I'm an asshole.
Well, that's why I do it. That's why I just
in the water then. Yeah.
That's why I just go, they'll approach and I'll go, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, not at all. No. I said, and I'll do that. I'll go, listen, this happens all the time where someone comes and approaches me half cut and think they've got a funny story, and the truth is you don't. And unless they put you on the list, there's a reason you're not already on the list.
Also, I just love that you were pissing when he fucking cornered you.
Yeah.
I'll shake it. I'll do anything. Just let me speak.
But yeah, so it's mate, I'm in the guts of fucking. Oh, whoops! Why did I say whoops about fucking? Then it was just a very abrupt one that I thought was just really out of place. But yeah, busiest time of the year at the moment for me. I'm 4 a week for the next 3 weeks.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, and yesterday was the first of the weeks of 4, and I was like,
so I was 2.
And today he just woke up going, I've got no interest in doing a goddamn thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm burning the candle at both ends, truck driving and weddings.
Yeah, well, you're busier than me.
But wedding-wise, like, I had 2 last week, which was fine. They were Tuesday and Saturday, so enough time in between. But then this week I got 3, but one's only a legals thing, helping out a friend. And then, yes, I don't know. It's just, I thought I was just going to do the trucking until we got the deposit sorted for the house. But that's now going to continue, I think, for a little bit because it's paying a mortgage. So
I was going to say, it's money in your pocket, mate.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday every week.
Jesus.
But there's a few, obviously there's, Mondays you can fairly much be guaranteed they're a goose wing. So, while they're obviously still as lovely, there's not as much
goose wings killing it. They just exploded. Good on them.
Killing it, yeah. Steph and Dan up there. We love them.
I was gonna shout out, but I was like, I always remember Steph's name, but then I couldn't remember Dan for a hot second there. Sorry, Steph and Dan.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along. Captions.
Just quietly, for 2 blokes that had fuck all to talk about, we're at 24 minutes. We haven't stopped. We're on fire.
No, I think we're going well. Captions that shouldn't be. I've got a photo here that I was sent. I'll just read the start. Some love stories begin with a spark. Some begin with scissors and homesickness. It's that University of New England have posted a photo of this couple from...
Can I just stop you for 2 seconds? I legitimately thought, and because I was I was listening but not registering all the details. And I know it's about captions, but for a minute I thought it was something you'd written in a wedding, and I genuinely thought the next words out of my mouth were going to be, "Is this about a lesbian couple?" I thought that's how they're scissors and fucking blah blah blah. And I was like, I thought you were like, hey, how's this funny thing I wrote about this lesbian wedding I was doing?
No, like fully. Actually, I do have one. I have a line to read out from one of mine, but no, just that's what made me think. That's what it made me think of too. Some begin with a spark, some begin with scissors and homesickness. And then they go on to talk about this beautiful love story between a couple and she was his barber or some bullshit.
This says way more about you and I than it does about the people who wrote the caption.
Okay, like, so maybe the segment shouldn't be captions, it shouldn't be.
Yeah. Look, that's not a reflection of the good people of fucking Armadale or wherever the fuck that came from who wrote that. That's more a reflection of you and I are fucking degenerates. And as soon as we saw the word relationship and scissors, we assumed it was about lesbians.
God, I think I've told you this before. There's a group chat with me and all the girls from school, and it's been going since we finished, called Flap Chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So lesbian couple on Tuesday, and this is one of those like. I'd kind of got wild content from one and pretty conservative content from the other. So I was like, I don't know where the line is. And, until I literally turn up and kind of get immersed in it, I really still don't know where that line is. So same with you. Some things will be scripted and then you're like, fuck no, I can't say that here. And then on the flip side, you think, fuck, I can try. Anyway. So,
yes.
So this is a line from it. So as I mentioned, Zoe slid deep into Talia's DMs, at first to compliment her on a game well played, before adding her on Snapchat, and asking her to go over that night. Anyway, so it kind of, as it came out, there were a lot of people that thought that I genuinely stuffed up.
Bless you.
No, I've taught Dill to say "fuck you" instead of "bless you." So if you can follow, I really appreciate that.
No.
Anyway, so half the crowd.
That sounds like a real you and Dylan situation that I don't need to be involved in.
There's more coming. So half the crowd thought I was, I fucked it up, but then anyway.
Yeah.
And then same thing, get to the scissors, paper, rock for the vows. Who does the vows first?
Scissors.
And then I just kind of stuttered at scissors. And then they're so funny because the conversations after, because everyone fucking cracked it, laughing. And then afterwards, there was like, I don't know, a fair wedge of people over the age of sort of 70, like family. And so the conversation between all of them was, I don't know why everybody laughed when he said scissors.
Yeah.
And then they had to explain to Nan what the whole scissoring thing was.
Yeah,
which
right.
was great. All right, hang on. Let me find my...
Anybody that's watching on YouTube, the 4 people that do that, every week I notice how much I grind my teeth, and I've ground I've ground like a real wedge out of it, and I never notice until I'm on here, and I go, "Oh, that's disgraceful."
So this is one of those.
I don't grind my teeth for sleep. It's just all the pingers I
take. Did you see that story about? Hang on, I'll find it. The flasher.
No, I can tell you a story about a flasher though if you want.
The caption: groom told he should divorce his wife after her wedding photo shoot flashing.
Oh no!
And there's a photo here of the bride with the bridesmaids surrounding her, and she's got her dress lifted up and her flowers over her fanny.
All right.
Anyway, and then all these conservative fucks saying it's a massive red flag. She's an attention whore. All this stuff.
I tell you,
and she didn't have a beaver out. She wasn't sucking his cock in the photos. She literally just cheeky little fucking lift a skirt, take a funny photo. So it just, what's that thing? We're all too woke.
It's not even woke, mate. It's just, mate, don't, honestly, this is something like, it's not like me to get wound up, but I can tell you fucking now, like, this is a thing I can get real wound up about. Like,
there's something I love. It's watching the king get wound up and then blowing.
Oh, mate, it's it's just, mate, the world's fucked. And if you get online and you read something, then you go into the comments, and there's just all these fucking heroes who are just, and it's not all one side or the other, but that's the problem. Everything's so divided.
There's 50 shades of fuckwit. There's some for and some against.
No, I disagree. There's not 50 shades of fuckwit. They're all There's no one in the middle going, oh, yeah, look, it's not my bag, but good for her.
Yeah.
They're either like, she's a fucking whore, or she's sexually liberated, mind your own fucking business. It's like, how about you just go, you know what? It's not my missus. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I'm
and move
going
on
back
with your
to
life.
bed. Yeah, it's just, mate, so many people. I mean, mind you, this is a wild statement for two blokes who are being recorded shouting fucking opinions into the fucking thin air. But it's, it's just this online stuff, mate. It's like I've said it before.
We're here saying, you should just fucking keep your opinions to yourself.
Yeah, oi, listen to me tell you what I think about your fucking opinion. I said it before in one of those other episodes. The internet should be barred unless you've got a fucking license, and you certainly shouldn't be allowed to fucking comment on things.
Absolutely.
People are too fucking stupid.
Now, I've got
fuck off, Lincoln.
Fuck off, Lincoln. We're still going.
We're on fire, mate. We are firing hot. We will not be silenced by the woke fucking producers of this fucking world.
Now I got two more things.
Right, good.
A sex toy. It's a saddle. What are your thoughts? Do you know what it would be?
Are we talking like a Sibian or is a different thing?
A what?
Oh, I'm giving myself away here.
Okay, there was a bit of a glitch, and it very much sounded like you said like a sibling.
No.
And I'm hoping...
You know what? There'd be no fucking glitch if the fucking producer would stop fucking around with playing fucking music over the top of talking. So be more specific about what you're talking about.
I'll just say a saddle. It's called the Cowgirl, and it's a sex toy. What sort of comes to mind?
Look, I don't know. I might have accidentally been on some sites or had something sent to me in the past that was a device that was kind of motorized that a lady might sit on.
Yeah, no, you're on the right track.
Which is called a Sibian.
A Sibian, right? Okay.
Yeah. Well, anyone that's ever watched a Howard Stern clip is probably familiar with it.
I think this is called the Clit Tickler 3000 or something.
Right.
But
that's what I call my beard.
It's a saddle, yeah, and it's got a fucking cock, right up the top of it, literally like a horse saddle.
Are we getting to a point? Is there a point here, or are we just generally speaking about it?
Who knows? We'll just see where it takes us.
Well, I didn't bring it up, mate, so I don't know. Perhaps you might.
But I'm talking, so standard. You would know. You're a Sparky. You put all those lights on that fucking thing.
Fuck you, you piece of shit.
But okay, 240.
Yeah, for the standing blokes that I worked with back in the day.
Normal power outlet in a house. What's that? 240 volt. Yep, and 3-phase. What's coming through that?
Oh, well, it's just it's still 240, but it
can handle a lot more.
More shit off.
You run your welders and things. Yeah. Correct. So, this fucking saddle, it'll brown out half a neighborhood. It draws a lot of fucking power. And, and I'm still
interested to know where this is going.
That 8.7 in Thailand, it got nothing on how much the walls will shake when this thing's on full fucking throttle.
Did you see that footage of those people in the pool?
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
No. Anyway, this thing, they retail for about $5,000.
Right.
And I know someone.
Here we go. Now we're getting to the bit. And
let's just say it was a gift at during a happy marriage, and then they got divorced. And she thought, well, fuck it. I'll see if I can sell it. Did you know there's a market for used fucking sex toys?
When you say used, is there a market for used and or washed or unwashed?
It's a whole fucking thing. As in part of the sale, you buy a car, you just want to see 40 different photos of the car. But you buy a sex toy, there needs to be a demo.
Right.
And then so our question was, when it was being sold, do you sell the attachments with it or without? As in, are they buying the attachments too?
Well, what are you going to do with the attachments without them?
But also, that's the bit that's gone up your kuchacha.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but most of the time, it's not made out of terry toweling that you're never going to get it out. Most of the time, it's fucking food grade silicone that if you threw it in the dishwasher, you're good to go.
And listeners, we have reached to my point. Would you or would you not buy a used sex toy? Something that has specifically been
point.
inside of someone else.
Well, and here I will flip that because, of course, sex toys aren't just for women; they exist for men.
They can go in men too. I don't know if you know, but a lifestyle choice of mine has taught me that things can go in men.
No. So you're jumping to a conclusion, you fucking bigot. They also exist where the men can go inside them.
Yes, I know that. Yeah.
So the question remains, which they're also made out of a very, very washable, cleanable material. Would you purchase a used fleshlight, for example?
No, I wouldn't. Would you? Would you?
I don't believe so.
Anyway,
to be honest, I'm going to show me hand there too.
So this is all getting wrapped up.
Happy with you. Hey, I'm not happy with using the one I own more than twice. Hey, this might be the best episode we've ever done.
I know. I was confident.
Fuck you, Lincoln.
But no, when it's all getting bubble wrapped to be shipped, and it weighs 12 fucking kilos, and I thought it's going to look very sus with a 12-inch fucking cock sitting out the top of it. Especially if it's not bubble wrap too. But then we were like, oh no, it doesn't actually get sent with it. They're going to buy their own attachments, which can be purchased online, which makes sense. Because the saddle's not going inside you.
We should have saved this whole conversation for episode 69.
With Leash, yes.
Well, I wasn't going to say that. I was just going to say the number. But, well, on that bombshell, we should. Where are we at? I can see that. I used to be able to see the time. Oh, we're at nearly 40 minutes, mate. Lincoln will be.
I've got a joke to finish on.
Well, come on then.
Okay, what's the difference between a magician's wand and a policeman's baton?
Go on.
One is used for cunning stunts.
Very good.
That's all we got time for. We'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday, motherfuckers.
Bye.
This worked. Do you have to go for a piss? Oh no, you've only had